What's up, guys? It's Corey from SuperKamiGuru9000, and this is my short review of Bleach Chapter 471. Heavy-handed stuff amasses this week in this week's chapter of Bleach, as we finally get a little bit more backstory on some of the FullBringers characters, and a lot of them that we're getting backstory on are ones that have already been defeated, or so we think so far. If there's one thing I've learned about this chapter, it's that the backstories of all the FullBringers characters are very depressing, and that's what we go through in this chapter. It starts off with Giriko. We get to see a little bit about his past. We learn a little bit about his watch. We get to learn about the tragic past of Jackie Tristan and her very dirty boots. Not only that, but we get to even learn a little bit more about Ruruka and why she does the things that she does. And things get really philosophical in this chapter. And this is honestly one of the most different chapters of Bleach I've read in a long time. But what I did like about it is the fact that it shows that Kubo is able to write good backstory for characters, and ones that are interesting to say the least. Although it can be a little cryptic at times, considering that we're having to sort of piece all these things together, but still it's getting its point across quite good. After we get the backstories of some of the characters in the chapter, we do go back to the battle between Ruruka and Rukia, and Ruruka is basically using an example that her and the FullBringers are weak scraps of meat, and that's how they're supposed to be described, and they consider themselves predators, and, you know, things just continue to get more philosophical as things go on, and then eventually Rukia decides, screw it, I'm just going to start attacking again anyway, and she's actually able to use her White Moon technique, and even though she's in that weird little devil form, and it's kind of working out, but Ruruka is still pissed and trying to fight back. But then she just sneezes all of a sudden, and all of a sudden that causes Rukia to get escaped from this weird little devil thing, and she's able to be her normal self again. Unfortunately for her, however, this gives Ruruka a chance to get up in her grill and get ready to attack her at point-blank range. And this is where the chapter comes to a close. Now, it may seem like I'm going through this review very quick, but that's because really not too much happened this week, and really it was a lot of heavy-handed stuff. It wasn't bad, it was actually quite good. Like I said, I like that we're finally getting a little more backstory for some of these characters. However, I wish it was fleshed out just a little bit more. Due to the odd and cryptic nature of this week's episode, and the fact that we got some really interesting backstory from some of these characters, I'm going to give this week's chapter an 8 out of 10. It shows a lot of promise for what Kubo has planned for these characters, and even though some of them have seemingly been offed very quickly, I have a feeling this isn't the end of these characters that we've seen. I feel they have a lot of room to be fleshed out, and that gives me a lot of hope for what's going to happen later on in the series. Due to the nature of this week's chapter, I really want to know what you guys thought about this week's chapter. Just let me know in your comments below what you thought about some of the backstories of some of these characters, such as Giriko and Jackie, and or even Yukio as well. I want to know what you guys thought about them, and maybe you can give me a little bit of insight as to really what's going on with these FullBringers characters. And if you just want to let me know what you thought about this chapter as well, you can leave your comments there as well. And remember, if you enjoyed this video, make sure and give it a thumbs up. That concludes this review, guys. SuperKamiGuru9000, out.